Hello and welcome. To a scene that takes place many months ago, prior to the arrival of these two young kindred to New York. No, this scene is set on the west coast of England. Where Geoffrey has recently aided Celaena in breaking her bond and unstaked her merely weeks before the city succumbed to chaos and they had to flee. Two kindred have since fled Birmingham. Whether it's now an archbishopric, a bishopric, or a free state, or a barony, is anyone's guess. But neither Geoffrey nor his compatriot are liable to stick around and find out. And they have fled. Utilizing one of Celaena's long-lost contacts, a Hagul. They have made their way to a dock on the west coast. To escape the chaos that ensues their city. And the individuals that are following them. They've crossed from the Princedom of Wolverhampton to Shrewsbury to Wrexham, even to the legendary Princedom of Chester, past Warrington, and have since managed to smuggle their way through the barony of Liverpool. Have made their way over to the Liverpool docks. Have arranged for their car to be transported across the ocean to America. Via a large tanker. Thanks to Celaena's numerous criminal contacts. And they are currently driving up to the dock gates, where supposedly Celaena's ghoul is waiting for them. Geoffrey turns to Celaena as he's driving down the road. Is this the place?
Yeah. Up further ahead, he said he would meet us down the road.
Okay, is he going to get us through the gates, or are we going to have to improvise?
Celaena smiles. Well, we are the most charming people around here, so I don't think charming our way in there is going to be a problem, but no. He will take care of it for us.
I don't like it that Reaver's been chasing us for the past 2 weeks.
Celaena looks a bit puzzled at you.
1 second. You know that. He's going to have a blank check in Liverpool.
Well, the sooner we get out of here, the better.
Okay. So, jump into the gates and, where to from there? Just... He begins to slow down as he begins to approach the turn, and the speeding limit demands that he slow down as he approaches, begins to approach the docking area and the gates into the docks. Obviously, it is dark. There are large spotlights out and across the large barbed wire fence that covers a large distance. All the way across the docks, there are large, almost blinding lights if you look at them directly, but they cast quite a, and they're kind of periodic across the fence. For every stretch of fence, there's a large blinding light. They effectively act as spotlights. You can see anyone who approaches the fences, tries to climb over them. And you can see, obviously, the other bright lights, the flashing lights, the large cranes that lift up the containers. You can hear a few beeping noises of forklifts and trucks. And past the large shipping containers, there is row after row of cars. Just hundreds of cars. All neatly parked in their little marked, defined space. On top a large canvas of tarmac and concrete.
He said that we best park our car in one of the free spots, and that once we pull in, he'll pull a tarp over us, so as if it looks like this is one of the cars that needs to get put on of one of these ships.
Okay. All right then. Cool, got it. I'll get us. Guess I'll work my magic from here, and I'll just get us in. He'll start up his car again.
As he starts up his car, you can hear Celaena say, "As you always do," with a small smile on her face.
He'll smile affectionately. Gives him a bit of his confidence back. He appears a little bit less shaken now. You see him kind of go through the motions of starting up his vehicle and just driving off the curb again. You see him look back several times, a little more times than necessary. He seems to be very, very, very concerned about anyone following him. But it appears the only vehicles passing him are the ones leaving the dock itself. Several trucks. Each one following freights with large tarps over them. With all the popular branding that you would recognize. at least one exits with about a dozen vehicles on it. But he begins to pull into the gates. But he does call upon the power of his blood, and you recognize that because Aura's area of effect. And you just see him more or less get straight to the point. And you just see him pull out a large wad of cash, about £200. Probably what little cash he has left on his person. You just see him lower the window, hand it to the one guard on site, and just say, you can see him hide it from the camera as well. You can see he has it in an overhand fashion, so it's very hard to see what he's giving him. But he just says, we're here to inspect some of the cargo. Surprise visit. You never saw us. Takes a little bit, but the guard kind of almost caught off guard just by the kind of the sheer or just blunt audacity of the gesture, just ends up taking the money and just kind of pressing the button and letting them through. And then he appears to find his own posture as he just kind of gives them a nod. Just says, got a bus? Surprise inspection. Right. And then he just kind of waves a hand over his head as if to say, I never saw you. Don't take too long now. The old man goes back to reading his magazine.
Celaena turns towards Geoffrey as they continue to drive on, and she'll say, "See, you've always been good with people."
But normally I wouldn't use my presence, but take chances here.
Celaena shrugs. Well, he didn't seem to mind it.
Neither do you, it seems.
You can see her think for a few seconds and then she'll go, well, the way I see it, he is 200 pounds heavier and we are getting out of this godforsaken country.
Yeah, I probably just doubled his pension. He smokes.
You can see, yeah, you can see Celaena smile.
He begins to drive down. It takes you a few minutes. It's a large dock, you know, there's row after row of freights, there's large cranes picking them up, moving them around, there's other people on site. But no one stops you. Asks them for ID. It's assumed they're here with a purpose. Several people saw them come through the gate. You see Geoffrey, he takes off his jacket and actually reveals a luminescent vest and a hard hat. He gives one to you. We're gonna have to get out briefly. Don't want anyone asking why two 2 random strangers are here.
She takes the hard hat from you and the fluorescent vest as she already opens up her door. Well, I do like to dress up, so why not make the most of it? As she kind of swings on the beautiful fluorescent vest that you just gave her.
You do so ever so well.
You can see her grin as she looks you up and down with your pretty hard helmet and fluorescent yellow vest on.
You just need to look busy until your ghoul gets here.
She opens up the dashboard and just takes out a random notepad and a pen. And puts her hair up in a bun. Good enough?
Does your ghoul know where we're meeting?
She takes out her phone. Yeah, he said he would text me when he gets close enough so we can move towards the same location so we don't end up waiting around and look suspicious.
He takes out Google Maps. We're on the south side of the docks. Say, let's see. Yeah. Row 12C.
Fine, I'll let him know. She will send her ghoul the locations of where they're going to meet up.
Oh, and by the way.
Yeah?
You look beautiful.
Celaena has a smile on her face as she kind of looks down at her, well, yellow fluorescent outfit of the day. Thank you. I myself wouldn't necessarily use that word to describe this outfit, but thank you.
That's because I'm not describing the outfit.
Her eyebrows kind of rise up. It's quite obvious that she more than appreciates, well, the compliment. Well, we better start moving, otherwise people are going to wonder why 2 strangers are just standing around in the yard ogling each other.
Yeah. I'll walk between cars, make it look like I'm going somewhere.
I'll just walk in the same direction and try not to get noticed. She heads towards the direction that Google Maps is pointing her to. As she occasionally will look back to where she kind of thinks you are walking right now to make sure that she doesn't lose sight of you.
Yeah. Yeah, we're both characters almost certainly stay within eye contact of each other. And he just begins walking around. He looks like he's busy. He goes to each car, and with the two notepads they have, he will take out his little clipboard and just acts as if he's basically almost confirming the existence of each vehicle here, like he's checking them off a checklist. You actually see him take out his tablet and begin doing something similar. As if we were confirming it on a physical chatboard, then electronically and putting it in.
She, on her part, will also try to look very busy with her notepad, walking up to various containers and scribbling down random words on a piece of paper.
Every now and then, Geoffrey passes you like a ship in the night. Kind of lightly shoulder bumps you. Celaena, he's late.
Whenever Geoffrey will get close enough to actually read what she's writing, she's just doodling and drawing hearts and writing down her initials and his initials.
Oh. But you see him shoulder bump into you. Like lightly, not in an aggressive fashion, but he'll just say, Celaena, he's late.
She will kind of look up and take her phone out again. He hasn't sent me anything. She starts to look around us. She will activate her auspex because she's like, something's up.
Two of them begin looking around. Celaena can see far and wide, but doesn't really hear too much or see too much out of place. Just seems to be concern that a ghoul hasn't arrived on time. However, he does send her a text back. He says he's on his way, but he thinks he's being followed.
I nudge you and show you my phone. I think we might have a small problem on our hands.
Damn it. We're gonna have to do some of this without him. Okay. If we can get, let's see, that's the ship we're supposed to go on. If we can get the vehicle into one of the open freights, then we should be fine. I've no reason to suspect a random freight that already has a bunch of vehicles inside it. As long as they don't see us, they might. It's our best shot. I mean, they might still check the freight, but at least they might think we have a false lead. They have a false lead. Sorry.
Well, whatever we decide to do, we better hurry.
All right, I'm gonna move the vehicle in. I'm gonna have to time it carefully. They have a lot of people by those cranes. All right. He gets into the car. He kind of gestures you to get in. Come on.
She will get her butt in there.
Okay. Move one vehicle in. Third. All right, now. Go. He just says to himself, really, more than anyone else. And you see the car quickly and swiftly reverse back into the freighter. It's very quick, but they managed to do it before anyone takes too much notice. He times it so that when this happens, although there is an extra car in this freighter, No one was looking. And you see Geoffrey quickly get out of the vehicle and just use his potence to slam the door shut and lock them from the inside. Right, that should have been... Freda 3M. Tell him Freda 3M.
She will get out her phone and start texting away.
He takes off his hard hat. The ghoul replies back. He's received the information. And after a few minutes of you just kind of sitting in the car, you receive a message that they're about to put it on a tanker. Do you tell Geoffrey that?
What?
He basically messages you back that he's received the information, and then about 10 to 15 minutes later, he messages that he's about to put you on the ship.
Okay. No, she's not telling you that. She sits still in the car with like a secretive smile on her face as she's kind of waiting, keeping track of time, waiting for the compartment we're in to just be lifted up in the air.
Well, interestingly, it's pass, and you feel nothing. There's no swaying or moving or any noise. You don't feel any momentum. Then you get a quick text back from your ghoul. It's in all caps. It says, inspection, inspection, hide, get out.
Oh, fuck. You can hear it say, oh, fuck. They're going to inspect this cart. As in, imminently. We need to figure ourselves.
Get in the boot, get in the boot.
She just skeptically looks at you like, you wish.
Desperate.
She gives out a very long sigh as she walks to the backside of the car and very elegantly and very tersely put herself in the boot of the car.
Geoffrey quickly gets in, and you note that the outside of the freight is being unlocked. You can see that you can hear it. It's loud and clunky. You just feel the metal scrape against the door. Geoffrey, for his part, is holding on to you for dear life.
Celaena as well, so it's like, well, this is going to make it or break it. But she will reactivate her aspects to see if she can hear anything or pick up anything.
You can hear even without the auspex, but it's even more vivid with it. You can just hear the of several individuals walking through this freighter. You can feel one of their hands just slide across the door of the car. And then at the boot, you can feel them tap their hand on the boot and place their hand on it. And then they start walking again. You can see they keep walking around. And they'll all the way back to the back of the freighter. And then you hear them. And then you can hear a ghoul basically tell them, see, nothing to see. And you can hear the rather deep and unsettling voices of those replying to him, chastising him. And then in a very arrogant, thuggish manner, wish him a good night. You can actually hear like a thud against the wall of the shipping container, and then you can hear a bunch of rapid footsteps as if someone were running away, and then you hear the doors close.
Yeah. Through this entire ordeal, Celaena is slightly squeezing the living daylight out of you. But she doesn't dare to get out of the car after she hurt people outside.
Now you begin to feel momentum as the freighter begins to be picked up.
Well,
sway from side to side a bit. Yeah. Sorry.
She kind of, in the dark looks at you. Well, we always said that it was time for us to go on a vacation, but I never anticipated it would be in a freight container locked in the boot of a car. But beggars can't be choosers, now can we? And she'll kind of let out an awkward chuckle.
Do you ever lose your sense of humor?
She literally is. She will kind of look up and she really is considering this question. And she kind of goes like, "No, not really. I think."
Celaena feels the rather desperate, panicked clutching turn into a rather warm embrace.
She will hug a bit tighter or snuggle a bit closer up to Geoffrey as she's settling down for the long journey.
We'll probably be stuck in here 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'm afraid it's not going to be as easy as just taking a flight. But hey, at least we got each other to keep company.
That's all I need. We'll have to go out, though. Briefly. During the trip.
She nods. I asked Michael I asked if he could come on the ship as well, and he said if he could get himself on, he would. So, in a few hours, we'll know if he's actually on here, and if so, we can feed from him. And she kind of winces as she says that.
It's okay. You've done more than enough.
I hope he's okay. It didn't sound as if the altercation between him and the men outside went as well as I would have liked.
He rests his chin on your forehead. We'll be fine. You made it this far. And only that was because of you. We'll all make it across.
She smiles. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have come as far as this.
You would have found a way. I'm just a hanger on. As he seems to emulate the clutching as if to make the joke clear.
You'll hear a very unelegant snort come from Celaena. Since when did you grow a funny bone?
Guess he rubbed off on me.
Oh, poor you. And she kind of nudges you.
How you so dare reduce me to such banal language?
Well, in the dark, Celaena rolls her eyes.
Geoffrey takes out his phone. Shines a light on them both. But he also looks at, if you look at the phone unit, there's some pretty pertinent shipping information on there. Just where they're going. Just a fortnight and we'll be in the new world.
I imagine it to be very exciting to start all over. I was growing bored. Anyway.
Only because very little keeps your attention.
Well, shiny things do.
Oh, what does that make of me then? Am I shiny?
Yes, you're the shiniest of things. And you'll get another nudge.
As Celaena nudges into him, Geoffrey's lips meet hers briefly.
Celaena will lean back into him. No, but I wouldn't want to go to New York by myself. And I wouldn't stay in London if you had gone.
I wasn't going anywhere without you. I'm sorry, it's in the boot of my car.
Oh well, I've seen worse dates.
Part of me is a little bit concerned that this is the bar for you. That said, I never could find a ring that could catch your attention.
I wonder what it would be. Sapphire or maybe amethyst? Ruby.
Why settle for one?
Celaena now generally gets excited about the prospects of many, many, many pretty things.
You see his like eyes squint a little after he closes them. Like he looks a little bit unsettled, almost as if he caught a headache.
Are you okay?
I'm just thinking. I just hope when we get to New York, we can forget about all this. We can just put this whole chapter of our lives behind us.
We'll just have to make sure that that will become the reality.
I don't know what my sire's done. But I know he had a part to play in the downfall of Birmingham.
Yeah, well, let's keep that a secret for as long as we can.
I just don't want you to pay the price for it.
Well, as long as I have you there with me, I'll be fine.
You feel Geoffrey's arm around your shoulder and back pull you in a little bit more in response to that statement. Speaking of which, I've been using the wrong overlay. That's what the shit looks like. On the outside.
Toot toot.
This is derelict. It looks absolutely derelict. It's a tanker. It looks horrible. It's not meant to look good. It's meant to carry big things. Fortunately, Geoffrey and Celaena are inside and not witness to its repugnant view.
By now, Celaena will have gotten a text from her ghoul saying that everything went fine and that he was able to get on the ship as well.
I know they sometimes inspect the freights on the ship. We should probably hide in here and we don't have to leave.
Yeah. As long as we don't keep very active, I don't think we'll need that much of blood.
Besides, it's more comfortable than you gave it credit for.
You can kind of see her look to the left and look to the right, and then look where their feet are kind of stuffed together. Are you sure we're talking about the same thing?
Yeah, Geoffrey's only response to that is to kiss Celaena again.
Are you sure we can't get out of the boot of the car?
Just for tonight. Then we can walk around a little bit.
Well, you better keep me entertained then, because I never really did have the patience for anything.
Now that I can do. And Geoffrey begins to kiss Celaena more intimately this time.
Oh, and Celaena has all been there. But as she breaks away from the kiss, she's like, I sure must say that I like your choice of hobby.
Fortunate. You see his fangs clip your neck.
As she continues to kiss.
And as these two young lovers do what young lovers do, in the back of a vehicle, in the back of a cargo ship, as they make their way to the New World, to America, to new beginnings, I believe that is where we can end our scene.